right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So Rex Ryan went ahead and doubled down on him wanting to coach the New York Jets, basically saying, like in typical Rex fashion, there's no other better candidate to coach the New York Jets than him. And he talked about, I mean, he actually referenced John Gruden in regards to, an other option for the New York Jets. But, I got to be honest with you. It's in this day and age, right, where there's so much negativity, Aaron Rodgers, Woody Johnson, Joe Douglas, the Athletic Report, you have every national media member just clowning the New York Jets right now. You have all these guys backing their friend Joe Douglas, taking more shots at the Jets. It's cool. It's nice to see a guy in Rex Ryan actually say things that are, positive about the future. And granted, it's in regards to him coaching the team, but I would be lying if I said it didn't fire me up. Now, Rex is in an interesting position because he's not employed by an NFL team. There's so many candidates that make sense for the New York Jets. There's Brian Flores and Cliff Kingsbury and all these different guys, right? Liam Cohen. A lot of people talking about Jesse Minter now. Joe Brady's another one. Liam Cohen. There are plenty of options. But and we could even throw Mike Vrabel into the category. Yes, I know he's not with the Tennessee Titans anymore, but he is technically speaking a member of the Cleveland Browns. So the Jets cannot talk to them. They can't. They have to wait until the end of the season. So when it comes to Rex Ryan, when it comes to John Gruden and other guys outside of the NFL, the league cannot put restraints or restrictions on Woody Johnson or Chris Johnson, the Jets organization, if they want to go out and start talking to those candidates. Now, Rex, again, being not employed by the NFL, but he's still around the game. He's watching offenses, he's watching defenses, he's watching how quarterbacks are developed, he's watching success, he's watching failures, and he's been doing this for quite some time. Now, I think Rex he's an intriguing option, and, of course, the Jets have got to go down the totem pole first. I don't see a situation where the New York Jets hire Rex Ryan and then they have Rex try to find the general manager. It kind of seems backwards. And there's also talk that the Jets could potentially bring in a director of football operations. So let's just look at Rex Ryan in a vacuum. And we did a whole separate video on this, I want to say a couple weeks ago, because this is not the first time Rex has campaigned for a second stint with the Jets. There are positives there. You listen to Rex Ryan talk about the Jets, he loves them. And I do feel like if Rex Ryan were to be in this hypothetical world, if Rex Ryan became the Jets head coach again, it sounds crazy to say that, but if that's the case, if that becomes true, I do think there would be a standard. I do think there would be so much more toughness, so much more physically tough, and so much more mentally tough. You just watch the Jets right now, the 2024 Jets, is just soft. Guys are getting trucked over. Guys are just getting ran all over. You feel like if there's any bit of adversity, maybe outside of the Texans game, the team just folds like immediately. We don't even need to go down the list of all the drama that's surrounding this organization. It's just issue after issue. I think Rex Ryan would come in and be that adult in the room, be that guy that people can not necessarily look up to, but look towards for that leader. I think that's what one of the things that Rex did really, really well when he first joined the, Jets back all those years ago. He did a great job in just organizational management, getting everyone moving in one direction, right? Everyone rowing the boat in one way. Guys aren't playing for themselves. He really got everyone to be proud and excited to be and play for the New York Jets. And that, as a fan, fires me up. Now, was Rex perfect? No, absolutely not, right? You can talk about quarterback development failures, overall offensive just ineptitude. The tail end of Rex Ryan, those offenses were not good. And same story with Robert Saleh, same story with Todd Bowles. You just felt like it's a constant search to find the next offensive coordinator, whether it's, a John Morton, whether it's a Chan Gailey, whether it's a Schottenheimer, whoever it is, it's this ongoing search. And it's like this rock in a hard place, because if that OC is good, chances are they're going to be talked about. They're going to be getting head coaching interviews and teams are going to want them. But if they're not good, then your offense is not good. So it's this weird kind of dilemma that a lot of defensive head coaches are consistently faced with every single offseason. once this coaching cycle starts. I think the difference, though, with Rex Ryan compared to Saleh and Todd Bowles, yes, of course, he's just that defensive mind. But as far as the leader of the football team, someone who can maybe step into like that CEO style of head coach, not necessarily talking, is this guy going to be the defensive play caller plus more? Not so much in that regard, but more so someone who can oversee the entire operation and really build the team out how he wants it to look. I think, we can point to the end of the Jets era, the Buffalo Bills era. The defenses were not good. There are questions with Rex here. You can even make the argument, hey, because he's been out of the game so long, will his defense work against some of today's newer, more innovative offenses? Those are all totally fair questions. I think the answer is yes. I think there might be a slight learning curve there, but Rex is not like Saleh where he's just glued and stuck to one system. Rex is a fantastic defensive-minded head coach. He can take guys' skill sets and really highlight them, and he can take their weaknesses and hide them. So, in regards to and I'm using Robert Saleh because he was the coach most recently. Saleh as a defensive-minded head coach, he was brilliant in that style of system, but when did we ever see the Jets really adjust? The only thing that I feel like they did that kind of went out of the ordinary was they started to blitz more when the pass rush wasn't there, right? When the 4-down linemen weren't getting in the backfield, that's when you started to see some more safety blitzes, some more linebacker blitzes, guys getting into the backfield a little bit more. But, with a Rex Ryan defense, I mean, he's brilliant when it just comes to overall defensive football. So I don't have an issue with Rex stepping in and getting this defense to look pretty damn good early on. And one more point that I wanted to make here on Rex, and we talked about this in the last video, but yes, he hasn't been involved with an NFL locker room, with an NFL organization for years on end. But it's not to say that guys can't evolve, guys can't grow, guys can't look at their past mistakes and say, you know what, I screwed up there. This is something that I would do totally differently if I had another opportunity. Maybe Rex Ryan could be looking at the Jets and saying, I really struggled with the development of a young quarterback. My next go round, if I ever get that opportunity, is we are not going to fail in that regard. I'm going to do every single thing in my power to make sure that we set up a good foundation, create a good environment for that young quarterback to go out and have success. So, these guys can get better over time. And I think the time away from football really makes coaches specifically, GM is kind of a different story, but coaches specifically really look themselves in the mirror, analyze what they did truthfully, right, in their heart of hearts, and understand what they're good at, understand where they succeeded, and understand where they failed. I think it would be really, really rare if you talk to a head coach and they're years removed from the game and you said, what went wrong? And that coach said, oh, nothing. It was that guy's fault. It was this guy's fault. I don't really get that sense, especially from a veteran coach. I think Rex is smart enough to have that self-awareness and realize and recognize where he went wrong before in the past. Now, does that mean it would be solved in the future? No, but at least there would be attention to that detail, attention to that negative or red flag. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on this whole Rex Ryan thing. Would you be for it? Would you be against it? Do you think that ship has sailed? Do you think that the Jets would be going backwards with a move like this? Or do you look at the situation like, hey, if Woody Johnson and the Jets right now, from an optics standpoint, are being viewed as a complete laughingstock and no quality candidates are going to come here, what better coach to get us out of that rut, to dig us out of that hole, than Rex Ryan? So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. And as always, go Jets.